At break time, she tried to talk to her friend Donnie. Don't you see it? Amina and Simi, they are not normal. Donnie laughed. You're acting strange, Titi. They are just new girls. Titi realized something terrible. No one could see what she saw. She was truly alone. That night, Titi had a dream. She was standing in a forest. The trees whispered her name. Titi, Titi, follow this path and I will show you a secret. Suddenly a path opened before her, glowing with soft golden light, which smelled so bad. As she walked deeper, she saw bones of little children hanging around, with some on the floor. Then she saw a group of people in black cloth, gathering round the fire chanting words in strange language. As she moved closer, she saw Amina and Simi, holding a map of her school. And she overheard them saying that they have placed one at the staff room, which is controlling the teachers, making them blind to the happening in the school, and the other was at the classes, draining the energy from the children, especially those whose parents are not prayerful. And the last one was at the school gate, controlling the parents, thereby causing trouble in the homes of these parents that are not prayerful, that comes to school to drop or pick up their children. Then the voice told her you need to remove those maps from the school, and you need to be spiritually prepared before removing those maps. She woke up gasping and sweating. The Bible was open beside her. When she took a look at it, it was Isaiah 45 verses 2-5, which says, I myself will prepare your way, leveling mountains and hills. I will break down bronze gates and smash their iron bars. I will give you treasures from dark, secret places. Then you will know that I am the Lord and that the God of Israel has called you by name. I appoint you to help my servant Israel, the people that I have chosen. I have given you great honor, although you do not know me. I am the Lord, there is no other God. I will give you the strength you need, although you do not know me. Titi now understood what her grandma said, that when the time is right the Lord will guide and protect you. I have to stop the joy eaters before the whole school is empty. Titi whispered, and I have to start tomorrow. The next day, Titi woke up. As she said a prayer, she recited the rosary that her grandma taught her. She also read her Bible and anointed herself before going to school. She makes sure she goes with fasting. Titi wears the rosary around her neck. She remembered something her grandmother once said, joy hides in little things, laughter, and kindness. At school, she smiled at everyone. She gave out sweets and snacks. She helped a boy pick up his books. Every time someone smiled back, the rosary on her neck glowed a little. No one else noticed. But Amina did. She watched from across the field, her eyes cold and still. Simi stood beside her, whispering something. Titi knew they were planning something, but she also knew that the Lord was with her, as he has promised, so she wasn't afraid. During break, Titi removed the map at the back of the door in her classes. Immediately she removed the map, Amina appears to harm her, but Titi say a word of prayers, and they disappear but promise to deal with her for intervening in their matter. As Titi was trying to run away, she saw a boy and a girl, named Samuel and Faith, approaching. As they reached Titi, they told her that they were directed to join her in fighting the evil arising in the school by the Lord in their dreams. With them, Titi now found more courage to continue. As Titi returned home, she saw a word written on her bed in red ink, stop, or else I will harm your mom. She wanted to quit. But then, she remembers her grandma's words, that they will try to scare you, because they feared your light. That means the Lord is on your side. Titi wiped her tears. No more running. I would remove all the map in the school as long as the Lord is on my side, she said. The next day at school, Titi and the other children started looking for the map at the school, the ones from her dream, but they couldn't find it. At lunchtime, they saw a girl painting flowers on a book at the school garden, and walked over to her and said, your painting is beautiful. The girl turned in surprise. As soon as Titi touched her, a force left her. Her name was Simi. She started crying. Titi and the others were surprised as they watched quietly. Then they said, are you okay? Simi stand up saying, go away. But Titi sat beside her and said, you are not always like this, she said. Simi shook her head in agreement. I used to be a good girl, she whispered. But Amina took it. Titi froze. She said she would make me strong and live a happy life again if I joined her, because I was always maltreated by my stepmom. But now I feel even more unhappy all the time, because I have to harm innocent people. It's only these paintings that give me a little joy. Titi touched her hand and said, I'm glad that the Lord has delivered you. But can you help us find the map they are using to control everyone in the school? Simi looked at her and nodded slowly. But I'm scared, because they are very powerful and dangerous. Titi replied saying, the Lord that delivers you will protect you. Simi said okay, but the map can only be seen by midday or midnight, and it is already past midday. Titi replied saying, but I removed the one placed at the classes yesterday. Why is today different that we have been looking for it and could not find it, that we must wait till midday or midnight? Simi replied saying, because you removed yesterday on at exactly midday, unknown to you. Titi now understood. She anointed Simi and said that the Lord will protect you. That night, Titi had another dream. She stood in the middle of a dark room. Then a mirror appears at the four corners of the room. Each mirror showed Amina's angry and scary looks with a python head. Then all spoke at once. Stop trying to free my captive. This will be the last time I will warn you. Be warned, a word is enough for the wise. Suddenly, Titi's rosary caught fire in the dream. But she didn't scream. She held her ground. When she woke up, her bedsheet was damp with sweat. Titi took a look at the rosary she was wearing. It was glowing stronger than ever. She whispered, I'm not afraid, for my God has not given me the spirit of fear, but of boldness. Amina, on the other hand, far away, opened her eyes, smiling, thinking she has succeeded in scaring Titi. Not knowing Titi is now more stronger than she thought. The next day as they reached the school, Simi told Titi about a girl named Joy. She could make even the hardest heart melt when she sang. Now they are now a team. They met behind the mango trees, in secret. They called it the circle of light. Titi taught them how important it is for them to trust in God completely, and that the Lord will go before them and protect them. They prayed that the Lord should protect them. As soon as it was almost midday, they walked to the back of the staff room to remove the map. Titi and her group say a prayer, and as soon as it was midday, the map appears on the wall. Titi removed both the map placed at the staff room and the one placed at the school gate. But Titi knew it was left with Amina's deliverance, for the children and the teachers to be free. The next day, the school organized the talent show. As it was always done every year, everyone was excited. Titi's group planned to perform together, in order to deliver Amina, but just before the show, Faith went missing. Her bag was torn, there were black feathers scattered near it. Titi knew, it's Amina. Joy said, it's a trap. Titi stood. Then we are walking into it. They followed the trail through the bush. At the edge of the forest, they saw a red ribbon tied to a branch. It was Faith's ribbon. Titi touched it, and her vision blurred. Then everything went dark. Titi opened her eyes. She was somewhere cold. The trees were black. The sky had no sun. Faith was tied to a stone. Amina stood nearby, her eyes glowing. They think that they are happy. She hissed, I'll take it all. Titi stepped forward. Why do you need it? Amina's face twitched. I was forgotten, left in a place with no love. Light is the only thing that fills the hole. Titi said softly, you don't have to steal it. But Amina laughed. It's too late. And the ground cracked open. Somehow, Joy and Simi found Titi in time. Joy started singing and the black trees shivered. Simi whispered the symbol of healing. Titi closed her eyes. She remembered her grandmother's word, when you confront her, only prayer can save you. The warmth inside her glowed, and she started praying for the Lord to intervene. Suddenly a light flowed from her hand, and she touched Amina. Amina gasped. She began to shake. No, she cried. This feels like fire. Titi said, that's because it is. The dark world began to melt. One tree turned green, then another. They woke up in the school garden. Faith was safe. Amina was lying on the grass. She opened her eyes slowly, and for the first time, they were soft. I am such a bad person, she said. She cried, real tears. Titi held her hand. You're not alone anymore. The circle of light stood around her, and the birds returned to the trees. The clouds cleared. Energy filled the air again. Titi knew this wasn't the end, but it was a new beginning. News spread fast. Children woke up smiling again. The teachers were confused, saying, how come we are not aware? Then Titi replied saying, it is because you all are blinded by dark forces. The air around the school felt lighter. But Amina didn't return to class. She stayed in the health care at the school. Because she is still weak, Titi visits her every day. They talked. Amina smiled more. She didn't want to harm anybody anymore. But the shadow inside her wasn't gone. One night, Titi saw Amina crying. I still hear the voice, Amina whispered. The one that tells me I'm nothing. Titi squeezed her hand. You're something, as you're healing. Remember that God said, he made you and he called you by his name. The next day a woman came to the school. She wore a blue scarf and held an old photo. I'm looking for my daughter, she said. I lost her during the war. I saw her on the television yesterday. She showed the photo to the principal. The photo looked like Amina, but younger. Titi saw it too. Her heart pounded. She ran to the nurse's healthcare and said, Amina, she said, there's someone here. I think she's your mother. Amina's lips trembled. She walked slowly. When the woman saw her, she gasped. Amina. Amina whispered, Mama. They held each other and wept. Amina stayed a while longer. Then her mother took her home. Before she left, she hugged Titi. You gave me back my life, she said. Titi smiled. You gave me courage and made me to trust God. The circle of light stayed strong. Titi, Samuel, Faith, Joy, and Simi still meet under the mango tree. But now, they talked about how much the Lord have helped them, and about forgiveness. The school was full of laughter again, and the light inside every child burned bright. Titi stood by the window one morning. She felt the wind on her face, and felt blessed to be used by God. The school held a Thanksgiving Day. Every child brought a gift for each other. There were songs and dances. Titi gave a speech about the importance of prayers. She said, it's important for everyone to be very prayerful. The principal nodded proudly. Even the teachers and parents clapped and wished they were prayerful. That night, the school shone like a star and presence of God was everywhere. The moral lesson of these stories is that parents should always train up their children on the importance of prayers.